When did everything start feeling so unreal? Not wrong, not fictional, just thin and slippery. Like the ground beneath daily life just stopped gripping suddenly. Most people think that this feeling arrived recently. Social media, AI, deep fakes, algorithms. But this sensation, it didn't arrive there. It began earlier, far earlier, and it arrived in stages. For many in the West, the first fracture came on September the 11th, 2001. Not just because of what happened, but because of how it happened. The world didn't learn about it afterwards. We watched it live. A plane hit a building, and then another, and then the buildings fell. Reality behaved like cinema, but there was no cut, no credits, no distance. News channels replayed the footage for days, then weeks, then years. That was new. Tragedy had always existed, but this was tragedy looped, broadcast, branded, and absorbed collectively in real time. It subtly rewired expectations. And from that point on, reality itself had to compete with spectacle. Then in 2007 came the next shift. The smartphone enters daily life. By 2012, social media is no longer optional. It becomes part of our cultural infrastructure. And reality now had a second layer, a reality that never slept. Moments weren't just lived, they were posted, filtered, ranked, and validated. You no longer experienced events once anymore. You experienced them twice. Once as yourself, and then once again as an audience member watching yourself. And it's that split that matters the most. Because meaning starts leaking when experience is always performed. By 2016, something else breaks. Brexit, the US election, misinformation, contradictory headlines, experts disagreeing in public, institutions speaking with one voice one day and another the next. Reality itself didn't collapse, but the confidence in reality, that definitely did. And then came lockdowns, empty streets, mask debates, graphs, daily death counters, rules that changed by postcode. Time dissolving into a blur of screens. For the first time in modern history, the entire world experienced the same disruptions simultaneously, but interpreted it all differently. And today, well, we live in the aftermath. We've got AI generating faces that have never existed. We've got voices
Hello, I'm here.
speaking that aren't real. And videos of things that have never, ever happened. The phrase, "I saw it with my own eyes," no longer has any weight. And the mind, well, it responds in the only way it knows how. It detaches. But look, let me paint a picture for you. It's late. You're walking home. Street lights hum. A neighbour's TV flickers blue through a curtain. You check your phone. A headline says the economy is collapsing. Another says it's recovering. A third says neither matters anymore. The video autoplays. A voice speaks with absolute confidence. You don't know who made it. You don't know why it exists. But it sounds convincing. You look up. Everything is quiet. Perfectly ordinary. Bins out. Cars parked, nothing visibly wrong, and yet something feels off. Not dangerous, just totally unreal. Like the world is still here, but the agreement about what it means has expired. Now, this isn't nostalgia and it isn't paranoia. It's simply what happens when reality is mediated constantly, trust is eroded slowly, meaning is outsourced, and your mind, it protects itself by totally disengaging. So the question isn't, is reality fake now? The real question is quieter and far more unsettling. When did we stop noticing the difference? And once you see that moment, you can't unsee it.